はい、皆さん、こんばんは。Vince です。Good evening, everyone. 最近、どうでしょうか？ How are you doing these days? 今日は、また、文法関係についてお話ししていきます。For today, we will discuss another grammar-related subject matter or 話題。また文法関係話題についてお話ししていきます。So another lesson regarding grammar will be discussed today, 皆さん。So last time, if you will recall, we have discussed in our lesson 0028 the particles used for listing, and if you can remember, one of those particles used was the particle no. But I feel the need, minasan, to further elucidate and to further discuss to you and explain just how powerful and just how useful this particle no is. So minasan, shall we begin? By the way, minasan, just don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and please watch until the end. 最後まで見てもらえたら嬉しい。So I'll be happy if you will watch until the end. では始めましょうか。So shall we begin? 始めます。Let's begin. So just how powerful this particle no is. Last time we didn't have that much time to further elucidate this particle no, but actually, minasan, in Japanese grammar, there are many uses. There are many instances that you will use this particle no, and I will now show to you the uses of this particle no. This is going to be a very long lecture, minasan, but I promised myself to shorten the time. It wouldn't take much of your time, so I will divide these uses of particle no into part 1 and part 2. So today is part 1. So the next grammar related lesson will be part 2 for part 1. But the particle no, the uses of particle no in itself is I'm telling you, this is a long topic, but let's go first with the part 1. So why did I say that it's long topic? Because there are five situations in which particle no is used. What are the 5 situations? First usage or first situation, particle no is used as a possession particle. We've already discussed this in our previous lesson 0028, particles used for listing. So that's the first use. Particle no is a possession particle. So number 2, particle no as main part of an abbreviated demonstrative pronouns. So what are the demonstrative pronouns in English language? So this, that, there. In Japanese, we also have demonstrative pronouns. So that's the koso ado, but later we will discuss. So number 3 usage is to imply a feeling or nuance of the need to explain or express clarification or merely being surprised. Hence, person A needs to explain to person B. Or if person A confesses something to person B, person A is the first person, person B is the second person. And number 4 usage, to transform a noun or noun phrase or clause taken as a whole as noun into a no adjective. What is a no adjective? In lesson 0010, we have discussed adjective, but those are just the I adjectives and the no adjectives. there's a third kind of adjective aside from the taru, but is rarely used. But there's actually a third kind of adjective. It's a no adjective. A no adjective. It is a noun or noun phrase or a clause acting as a modifier. First acting as a noun, but if you put no, it's acting as a modifier to describe or characterize another noun. The pattern or format is noun or phrase noun plus no plus the noun that person A or person B wants to modify or describe. So example number 1, Filipino gyoza. So Filipino gyoza, Philippine is Philippines. Filipino, this one is gyoza, like a dumpling, very delicious dumpling. Filipino gyoza can be translated into Philippine people's way of cooking gyoza. And example 2, Russia no roboto. Perhaps it's a Russian-made robot. Example 3 is Oyaji no kuruma. Father's car. Probably my father's car, implied subject. Example number 4. This kanji is Kankoku or South Korea. Kankoku no Hyundai no kojo no seifuku. Kankoku no Hyundai no kojo no seifuku. Kankoku, South Korea. Kojo is a factory or manufacturing plant. Kojo. And this seifuku is uniform, seifuku. So in example number 4, phrase number 4, Kankoku no Hyundai no kojo no seifuku could be translated as a uniform for workers. A uniform for workers worn inside the factory of South Korea's Hyundai, because we all know that the head office of Hyundai is located in South Korea. Hyundai is an automotive company, and South Korean owned automotive company. So it is as if South Korea owns that kind of automotive company. So Hyundai, Kankoku no Hyundai. So where's the no adjective? In this kind of phrase? This is the no adjective in this kind of phrase. This is the no adjective. Kankoku no Hyundai no kojo. So what do you want to modify here? The noun that is being modified here is the seifuku. Seifuku is uniform. So to modify this, we use a no adjective. So the no adjective here is this very long phrase. Kankoku no Hyundai no kojo. Seifuku is the noun being described or modified. So that's it. What are the indications of possessions in that kind of example? What are the indications of possession? Actually, we have 2. Kankoku no Hyundai, South Korea's Hyundai, because it is as if South Korea is owning Hyundai, but actually it's because Hyundai is an automotive company that is owned by Koreans and established in South Korea. And another second indication of possession is Hyundai no kojo. Because if you are an automotive company, then 100% you will have a kojo or a manufacturing plant. So Hyundai no kojo. So we have already discussed the shortcut here. So it's like the apostrophe S. So it's like Hyundai's kojo, Hyundai's manufacturing plant. So you just replace the apostrophe s with the no. So hyundai's kojo, hyundai no kojo. And then the fifth use of particle now, which we will discuss in our part 2. Today is just part 1. So in part 2 we will discuss particle no being used as a nominalizer. So that will be for part 2. So today we just concentrate with part 1. So may I just emphasize this legend, minasan. For this lesson and for our upcoming lessons, I would like to emphasize this kind of legend. This kanji here has the onyomi jin and kunyomi shito. Hito, shito. Onyomi jin. Shito means person. So person A is the first person or the one speaking. Person B is the second person or the one listening or the one being conversed to by person A. Person C is the third person or a person or persons that are very far from the point of location of person A, person B, or that kind of third person which is neither person A nor person B. So let's say if person A has a sister or has a cousin, so if person A and person B is talking, so that cousin of person A is person C or third person. So for today's lesson and for our upcoming lessons, we will use this kind of legend. Okay, minasan. Hikizuki, continuing. Okay, for section 1, particle no as a possession particle. For example, Kenshin's ramen. We've already discussed this in our lesson 0028, the shortcut. Let's say Kenshin's ramen. How will you transform that into Japanese? Kenshin's ramen. So the shortcut is you transform the apostrophe s into a no, because the equivalent of no is that apostrophe s. So Kenshin's ramen, using the shortcut, is just drop this apostrophe s, replace it with no. Kenshi no ramen. Kenshi no ramen. So that's the shortcut. We already discussed that. Apostrophe s, drop that apostrophe s, replace it with no. So that's the shortcut, minasan, so that you will not be confused. And then okay, so we already discussed that apostrophe s is actually replaceable by the no. So the format is, or pattern, okay, so the person, the owner, and then apostrophe s, then add no, and then add the thing being owned by the person. And some few examples. Bob's cell phone. Cell phone is K-type. So applying the shortcut, Bob's cell phone. Bob no cell phone, but cell phone is K-type. So Bob no K-type. So Yusuke's car. This kanji is Yusuke's car. So again, applying the shortcut, drop the apostrophe s and replace that apostrophe s with a particle no. Yusuke's car is Yusuke no kuruma. Car, this kanji is kuruma or car. And again, Hyundai's manufacturing plant or factory. Applying the shortcut, Hyundai no kojo. Kojo is factory or manufacturing plant. Okay, Hyundai no kojo. So section 2, as part of an abbreviated or demonstrative pronoun, also discussed in lesson 0028, as part of an abbreviated demonstrative pronoun. Okay, so what do you mean? Actually, there are demonstrative pronouns in Japanese. So the demonstrative pronouns in Japanese language is memorized as, this is commonly known as kosoado. So why kosoado? That is ko for kore, and if there's a nuance of possession, the kore will use the no. So kore no. But this kore no is almost always abbreviated into kono. So kono is actually kore no. Kore no is the the long form of the possession form of kore. So kore no, this is almost always abbreviated to kono. So kore, kono, this. So the so is actually sore, and the possessive form is soreno. But this soreno is almost always abbreviated into sono. So the sono comes from soreno, sono, that. This is used when person A and person B is conversing and the object of the conversation is either adjacent to them or not very far from either of them. So what is a? A is are. Are. So are. So the possessive form of are is areno. But this areno is almost always being abbreviated to ano. Ano. So are, possessive form areno, but this long form areno is almost always abbreviated to ano. So this ano is used when the object of the conversation is very far from either person A and also far from person B, or could be that the object of conversation is in the same proximity with person C. So that's also a possibility. So kosoado. So what's the fourth? Kosoado. So do. What is do? Do is for dore or doreno, dono. But actually, for the do or dore, the very common or usually used more common use here is dore, which is which. Which when you choose between choices, dore or dono gurai or dono is used for implying types or duration or degree of a certain adjective. Well, the frequently used is either dore or dono. Dono is usually followed by an adverbial or adjectival word. Dore has the English meaning which, and the dore. Let's say you're in a supermarket or market, dore is used when person A has so many options to choose from. And so, section 3. So let's go to section 3. To imply a feeling or nuance. Section 3 or the third usage of particle no, to imply a feeling or nuance. The need to explain or express clarification, being surprised or perhaps being surprised, and hence first person needs to explain, or if person A confesses something to person B. Here in section 3, the particle no is usually abbreviated as un. It's like letter N, un, abbreviated as N, and hence we have this N being followed by the des or declarative da, or deska in a form of question, or deshoka. Deshoka is a softer tone and is the more polite version of deska. This is actually deska. Sorry minasan, this is deska. So deshoka is the more polite form of deska. So let's have figure 1. Figure 1 here, we can see that the N or is highlighted in colored font, orange colored font. So undes, unda, undeska, undeshoka, nandes, nanda, nandeska. So this is, remember this figure 1, and we are emphasizing the N. So actually this N here is an abbreviated no. So in figure 1, the orange colored font for N above is actually an abbreviated no, hence N. And the big question is, why do we need to insert this N as shown in figure 1? So why not just say your usual sentences without this N, without the insertion of N? Well, the answer is The insertion of n gives us or expresses the nuance between person A and person B, the nuance of explaining or giving reasons. Well, reason number one, the need to explain or clarify, implying the need for explanation or clarification. So minasan, this kind of concept is already beyond the basic, but we are now transitioning into our intermediate level grammar. So we are now discussing here the nuance or the need to explain or the need to clarify the nuance of let's say person A has to explain or person B wants to request an explanation. Person A says statements like actually, because minasan this the usage of inserted n is in English, it has the equivalent actually. When you want to explain actually, because when you explain, you say you begin your sentences with actually, or the thing is, well, reason 2, when person B was surprised and there's a need to clarify or affirm, and it should be in explanatory tone. Person B here says statements with tone that gives the impression, was that, if you're surprised, was that Superman or was that Batman? When you're surprised, was that? Person A, would you explain? Person A, would you explain? So that's the nuance. And then reason 3, person A confesses or confides something to person B. So person A says statements like actually, or the thing actually, or the thing is. So without the inserted n, let's say you want to neglect that, without the inserted n, the speaker will not give the impression that he or she requests an explanation or clarification. So in addition, as indicated above, the inserted n is also used for confessions. Let's say person A assumes that person B is still not aware or is still unbeknownst to him. The person A here assumes that person B still doesn't know something or the thing that person A will confess. And then here we will inject the concept nano. Nano is actually the concept of nano is if you remember our lesson 0010 minasan, it is about the na adjectives. In a na adjective, you have a na adjective type of adjective, and then the no. So the na adjective modifies a noun. So this no here actually acts as a noun. So nano is describing something about this no. So it works like this: nandes or nda, but differs with the latter. In the sense that the noun or phrase it differs with the latter. I mean, this one nano, it differs with this latter in the sense that the noun or phrase noun preceding the no behaves like the phrase format na adjective plus no. So if you recall our lesson 0010 about the na adjective is there. The mission of na adjective is to modify and describe a noun. So, and what is our noun here? Our noun here is this no. And it will be helpful, Miyasa, I'm giving you a tip. It will be helpful if you will consider this no as an abbreviated mono. Trust me. The technique here is to treat this mono as a noun, and this no here is actually an abbreviation of mono. And what is mono? Mono is a thing or a matter, an object, or mono could also be somebody or a person. Let's say Tsuyo kimono, a strong person, Tsuyo kimono, or kanemochi mono, very rich person. So no here, it will be helpful minasan. This is just a tip, personally, an advice from me. The no here can be treated as a mono. Is actually an abbreviation of mono. It became no, and that mono refers to thing, object, matter, or could be somebody or person. So example, 彼はアメリカ政府の代表なの。Again, 彼はアメリカ政府の代表なの。So, focus on this one being highlighted in purple font. So, 彼はアメリカ政府の代表なの。So, this the whole na adjective here is this lengthy colored purple, and this no here is the noun being modified by this very long na adjective. So this no, just like what I've told you, this no could be regarded as a mono, meaning a person or somebody or a thing. So this thing, this mono here, is treated as noun and being modified this very long na adjective. What is the long na adjective here? No, what is the long na adjective here? 彼はアメリカ政府の代表なの。So America is America, you say. This one is 政府, government. 代表is representative. So 彼はアメリカ政府の代表なの。Actually, so since this no here behaves in our usage or use of particle no, number 3, so there's a need to explain. So when you want to explain, you will start with actually. So when you translate this sentence with the intention or feeling to explain, the correct translation is actually. So this may be omitted, but the context is like this, just like that's why I put some imaginary bracket here. Actually, he is the representative of the American government. Okay, so I have here some useful illustrations, minasan. Okay, nominalizer is for our part 2. So this is the last leg of our lesson. Okay, minasan. So I placed here. So with regards to unda, let's say I have a sister. I have a younger sister, and my coworker saw me intimately talking with my younger sister, and I have a thing running in my mind that my coworker in office might think that the one I'm talking to is a girlfriend of mine, but I have to explain to my coworker that the one I'm talking to intimately is not my girlfriend, but just my little or younger sister. So take for example this sentence. When I say and person B is my coworker, and then I have to explain to my coworker so that he will not have the misconception. Kanojo is she, referring to my younger sister. Kanojo janain desu. Kanojo janain desu. You see the N here? I inserted N before the des. Kanojo janain desu. A feeling of I want to explain. Imoto nan desu. Actually, she's not my girlfriend, but actually, she's just my little sister. Kanojo janain desu. Imoto nan desu. So that they will not have the misconception. So, if you don't put that, if you don't insert that N, or actually that N is an abbreviated no. Actually, that N there, the N here is an abbreviated no. Remember that. So if we will not put the inserted no or inserted n, it looks like here it will appear just like this. Kanojo janai desu, imoto desu. See the difference? We cannot see a tone of explanation here. There's no tone of explanation here. So in this kind of plain sentence without the use of indes, you cannot convey to person B that you want to explain. If you just say it without the inserted n or inserted endes, actually that endes is no des. So in this kind of format where we don't use the indes or no des, it will just appear like this. And this kind of sentence has no nuance of explanation or clarification. So again, let's say a boy was dumped by his girlfriend, and then person B, his friend, approaches him, and person A, the boy that being dumped by his girlfriend, has the need to explain or confess something to his friend person B that she was dumped by her girlfriend. So probably person B will say, "Hey, what happened? Why are you sad?" And then person A, the one dumped by his girlfriend, will just say to person B, "Kanojo ni furaretan desu. Kanojo ni furaretan desu." Furaretan or furareta is the verb. Furareta is a passive term. Furareta or being dumped. Furareta, dumped, past tense. Furaretan desu. The end des here is there's a need to explain or the need to explain or further the conversation. The person A is very in sorrow. Kanojo ni furaretan desu. So this is what happened. So a tone of explanations, and then again, the insertion of indes also has the usage confession. When you confess something, let's say, "Actually, I'm a vampire. Actually, I'm a vampire." What is a vampire? Kyuketsuki. Kyuketsuki. Kyuketsuki is a vampire. So jitsu is actually, "Jitsu wa watashi kyuketsuki nan desu." So actually this is nano desu, but the no here is abbreviated into n, and this is like what we have discussed a while ago, a very long na adjective. This na adjective modifies the no, and the no here is abbreviated into n. So, and this third kind of usage for ndes is for confessions. "Actually, I'm a vampire. Jitsu wa watashi kyuketsuki nan desu." Okay, so but let's see what happened if we will not insert the no des or ndes. "Watashi wa kyuketsuki desu." So there's no mood in this kind of sentence. There's no nuance or mood of or air of someone confessing something. It's just stating that you're a vampire. "Watashi wa kyuketsuki desu." So okay, so again, confession. For confession, "Suki nan desu." Suki nan desu. This is let's say you're talking to a girl, you're dating and you're talking to a girl and you want to confess something. "Suki nan desu," meaning I like you. I'm confessing to you that I like you. So I'll teach you a format. So the format for this is, actually this is an abbreviated sentence, "Suki nan desu," but this is already regarded as I like you. I'm confessing to you. But the long format here is "watashi." Watashi, then comma, "watashi," and then state this name, the name of the girl or person that you like. Let's say Kato. Usually you mention the surname Kato or Yamazaki or Suzuki. "Watashi Suzuki-san no koto suki nan desu." Let's say the person you like has a surname Suzuki. "Watashi Suzuki-san no koto suki nan desu." So confession. That's one of the purpose of indes. If you don't put indes, there's no mood or no nuance of confession, just like this, skides. So there's no air or no nuance of confession if you just put it like this, skides. So, or another form of confession, let's say you killed someone. Watashi jitsu wa kino hito wo kurostan desu. Kino is yesterday. Jitsu wa is actually. Kino, yesterday. Kurostan is you've killed someone. Kurosta is killed or past tense of kill. Hito is person. Watashi jitsu wa kino hito wo kurostan desu. I want to confess that actually yesterday I've killed someone. So yeah. And then we have here, if you saw your brother fixing something in the car, your older brother, you want to ask question, nani wo shiteimasu ka? Nani wo shiteimasu ka? This kind of simple sentence with no inserted n or no inserted no des. So we will see now that the in des can also be in question form, just like here, in des ka. If we will just say nani wo shiteimasu ka, what are you doing? So in this kind of sentence with no inserted n, there's no feeling or no need to explain. But if you put it this way, nani wo shiteirun desu ka? Person A requests that person B tells him or explain to him, what are you doing? Nani wo shiteirun desu ka? So the shiteirun here after the shiteiru, meaning what, this is progressive tense, shiteiru, doing, and then you place in desu ka. It gives an air or nuance that person A requests or requires explanation from person B. Nani wo shiteirun desu ka? And then this one is, it's a rhetorical question. How much is 1 plus 1? Ich tas ichi wa nan desu ka? So no nuance of explanation, but this kind of same sentence, if we put the inserted n or no desu ka, it gives an air of explanation. Can you explain to me? Ich tas ichi wa nan desu ka? Nan is nani or what? Nan desu ka? So this nan desu ka is what kind or what is the result? What is the result of ich tas ichi or 1 plus 1? So how much is 1 plus 1? Can you explain to me? Ich tas ichi wa nan desu ka? So again, no inserted n. Doko ni ikimasu ka? So the one, person A, is not necessarily requiring explanation. So if we put the n here, person A now requires explanation from person B. If person A asks the questions, doko ni ikun desu ka? So person B will probably ought to tell person A where he or she will be going, because person A placed the in desu ka or the need to explain. So if we will just say doko ni ikimasu ka, there's no air of no nuance of explanation. But if person A asks person B, doko ni ikun desu ka? So person B is now ought to tell person A where he or she will be going. Okay. So another example, the undes or undesu ka also gives a feeling of surprise. And if someone is surprised, then person A would like person B to explain. Ima kumo tabetan desu ka? Hey, have you just eaten a spider? Ima kumo tabetan desu ka? Person A was surprised because person B ate a spider. Ima kumo is spider. Ima kumo tabetan desu ka? So person B will just explain why did when person A saw him ate a spider. But if you don't put the in desu ka, if you don't insert the in the in desu ka, it will just throw this kind of simple sentence. Kumo tabemashita ka? So why did did you just eat spider? But in this kind of sentence here below doesn't give an air of the need to explain. Let's say you have a visitor, and person A is the visitor, and he says to person B, mo sorosoro kaerimasu. It's time to go back. And then person B will reply, kaerun desu ka? So in this kind of sentence, person A will probably reply to this question of person B. Perhaps the person B was the one being visited by person A. And then, kaerun desu ka? Oh, really? You're leaving now? I thought you'd stay longer. So, des is the polite. Da is the casual. Noda or da is the casual. Des or nodes. Actually, the des is more prevalent than nodes. I recommend the des rather than nodes. Let's say, consider this example. Watashi wa nihonjin nano. This is a casual way of speaking and used only by female. Watashi nihonjin nano. So the no here is an sentence ending particle, and it is a nominalizer, which we will discuss in our part 2. For just for female, but for male, male people can say watashi wa nihonjin nanda. So instead of nano, you use nanoda or nanda. But this no acting as a sentence ender or nominalizer will be discussed in our part 2. Okay, nani wo steirun desu ka? So will you tell me, this is in polite form, will you tell me what are you doing? Nani wo steirun desu ka? And then this kind of sentence, nani wo steirun desu ka, is polite, and please don't use the da if you want to mean a question, just like this. This is a bad example. Nani wo steirun da? So just because you use the da in rising tone will allow you to use da in questions, but you choose between the two. Nani wo steirun desu ka? Or nani wo steirun no? Okay, minasan, hikizuzuki, continuing. So the usage of inserted n will give the air or give the nuance of that person A either explaining or demanding an explanation or requiring an explanation. So, and this end desu ka here, when person A asks the question, nani wo steirun desu ka? So he is not just the translation is what are you doing, but the nuance is would you tell me what are you doing, or probably you want to seek explanation or elucidation why that person B does that kind of thing. So for in casual speaking, when you usually does abbreviation, nani wo steirun no? If you don't want to use in desu ka, let's say in desu ka is polite and you want to use casual, you can say nani wo steirun no? But please bear in mind, when you say this kind of sentence, the no here as a sentence ender should be in rising intonation. Nani wo steirun no? So if you make the intonation of no here in rising tone or rising intonation, it gives an air of question. It becomes an interrogative sentence. What are you doing? Please tell me. Nani wo steirun no? So minasan, with regard to furthermore, continuing with what are the other usage of this des or nodes? Actually, it's nodes. This is a contracted or abbreviated no. So the other uses of des is to first explain your situation in a form of des nga. So just like here, ekini ikitai desu nga. 生き方を教えてもらえませんか？駅に行きたいんですが、生き方を教えてもらえませんか？ So the 行きたい here, 行きたい is the desire form. You desire, you want to go. 行きたい. 行きたい is the desire form of iku, or you want to go. You want to go to eki. So iku is the dictionary form and the desire form is the 行きたい. So eki station, eki ni you want to go. Eki ni 行きたいんですが, in this first clause, this is the part that you explain your situation. You explain your situation. So that's one of the uses of undes, and paired with nga. This nga here is gives the air of explaining a situation, and however, or giving the nuance. However, can you extend this nga? However, I don't know how. Ikikata o oshiete moraimasen ka? Ikikata is way. Ikikata is a way. Oshiete is to teach. Ikikata o oshiete moraimasen ka? Moraimasen ka is will you let me absorb that kind of information that you will be teaching to me? So moraimasen ka? So eki ni ikitai desu ga, ikikata o oshiete moraimasen ka? I want to get to this station, and can you please tell me the direction, please? The direction or way to go is ikikata. Can you please tell me or teach me? Oshiete moraimasen ka? Eki ni ikitai desu ga. So first you explain your situation, and then you tell to the person B your real question. Ikikata o oshiete moraimasen ka? Will you tell me the direction? Okay, so another example, this is very common in Japan. If you don't know somebody and you want to start a conversation, you first call the attention of someone you don't know, and that person B also doesn't know you. You simply call his or her attention with Sapporo ramen zutto tabetakatta desu ga. So you're first explaining your situation. So this is a very common polite way of starting speech in Japan. You first explain your situation. So here is just like politely tapping him or her, and then you explain your situation. Sapporo ramen is a Sapporo styled ramen. Zutto is always. Tabetakatta is the past form of or desire form of tabetai, or want to eat. Sapporo ramen zutto tabetakatta desu ga, doko ka ii mise wo oshiete moraimasen ka? So doko ka ii mise, so you believe that somewhere doko ka, somewhere there's a good shop, there's imise, there's a good shop that serves Sapporo ramen. Will you please teach me? Will you please tell me? So doko ka imise wo oshiete moraimasen ka? So again, first explain your situation, and that explanation of situation you ended with desu ga, and then you tell your main question. Doko ka imise wo oshiete moraimasen ka? So again, Sapporo ramen zutto tabetakatta desu ga, doko ka ii mise wo oshiete moraimasen ka? I've always wanted to try Sapporo ramen. Will you please tell me a good place? So minasan, that's examples of or usage, practical usage of this. So we've already covered much. I've already taken much of our time. Sorry if I exceeded 30 minutes. This is supposed to be a 30 minutes lecture, but I try my best. But this is really a long, lengthy topic, and there's another the fifth use of the particle no, which is being a nominalizer, which we will discuss in our part 2, because this is just part 1. So to summarize the summarize our lecture for today. Summary: there are 5 situations in which particle no is used. First, as a possession particle. Okay. Second, as main part of abbreviated demonstrative pronoun. The koso ado. Koso ado demonstrative pronoun. Kono, sono, ano, and dono. And third is to imply a feeling or nuance, or the need to explain, or express clarification, or being surprised. Hence, person A needs to explain to person B, or if person A confesses something to person B. And the fourth usage is to transform a noun or noun phrase or clause taken as a whole into a noun capable of being a no adjective. A no adjective, just like a regular adjective, modifies or describes a noun. Or no adjective is a noun or noun phrase acting as a noun or a clause, acting as a modifier, acting as a noun to modify or to describe or characterize another noun. So just like this is a very common trait of a no adjective, just like the I adjective and na adjective, they all modify noun, they all describe a noun. So, and the fifth one is as being a nominalizer, which we will discuss in our part 2 of this lesson. So, minasan, sagamade go shichou arigatou gozaimashita. So, thank you for watching until the end. Mata tsugi no doga de. I'll see you in the next video. Mata jikai o aimashou. Let's meet virtually in the next meeting. Mata tsugi no doga de. ご視聴くださり本当にありがとうございました。So I really thank you for watching until the end, Mina. And please like, share, and subscribe. ではみんなありがとう。Thank you very much. Bye bye.